Yo, 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 how's it going? Welcome to this exclusive self-made interview, you know what I mean, of Cabin Records. I am Muskrat, and I'm sat here with DJ SNOWZ. How's it going, man?
Yo, man, how's it going, man? Yo, everyone, listen up now. You're here with Cabin Records. I'm here with my main Muskrat. We're here to talk about how we came together and how this business came about.
So, I guess, where do we start? I mean, God. I was working with Archangel, or he was Grime Reaper back then, if you know what I mean.
Archangel, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's a long story. Basically, he gave me the kickoff that I needed to start this rapping experience, and we kind of stopped talking for about 3 years, and I guess you could say I self-taught myself how to rap. I mean, you could say it was more like downloading stuff off of YouTube. Yes, I know that's naughty, but we've all done it. And don't look at me like judgmental, man. I mean,
Naughty.
But it was just rapping, to stuff on YouTube. It was more like having a TV playing in the background and just rapping with a phone in the corner of your room and trying to do that. Some of the sound quality was a bit awful, and some of it was pretty good, and then me and Archangel, as he's known now, we started talking again, and we were going to make this thing called Six Shooter Productions, and let's just say we had a disagreement, and we didn't really follow that up, and so I made a studio actually in my back garden, and I used polystyrene and old bits of wood to create some sound barrier type thing, to create a booth and a DJ set. So when I was halfway through making this, obviously me and Archangel had our little disagreement, and we both went our separate ways, and I met DJ SNOWZ outside Tesco's, and I was showing him actually one of my freestyles on my mobile, and he said, "Oh, check out this beat I made," and I was like, "That's pretty dope, man!"
Yeah, man, mate, that was good old times. We just bumped into each other, mate. It was random.
Yeah, it was just like fate had just sort of put us two together, and I was just like, you want a part-time volunteer job?
I was like, yes. What does it include? Making beats? Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm straight there. I am there straight away.
Yeah, man, and ever since then we just sort of started kicking it. I mean, I have 2 days off of my day job because, of course, we both have day jobs, because I would love to get paid for this rapping thing, but unfortunately, it doesn't really work out that way.
You never know, man. There's people out there. Well,
a lot of people
out there. A lot of people.
This is the reality of it. It's like so many people are doing what we are actually doing right now, and they're getting more subscribers than we are, and they're getting so much more recognition for what they are. And these people have hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of pounds/dollars worth of equipment that they're using to create better sound quality. Now, we've only got a tight budget, so the music that we're creating is pretty damn dope considering the budget that we're on. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, it is, man. The way we've been working is in this tiny ass room, but some of the beats we come out with, hopefully you will like, and well, hit us up, subscribe us, like us, whatever, just hit us up.
Yeah, man.
Get in contact with us. We don't care. As long as we get the fans.
Yeah. I mean, just like SNOWZ, I'm a massive sharer. I had a YouTube channel actually called, I won't say my actual name, but it's a YouTube channel basically saying my real name, and I did homemade movies for a while. This is going back to 2015.
You're going back a while now, mate, aren't you? You're going back a long time.
Oh, hell yeah, man. I did these homemade movies, and my favourite thing was cowboys, like Clint Eastwood. I mean, I wanted to be Clint Eastwood, and some of the movies that I did come out with were pretty good. But again, you're just limited to the equipment that you've got. I don't want to spend 200, 300, 500 pounds on equipment that's not going to actually earn me any money from it. I mean, if I was earning money from it, then I would be putting more into it, and I would get better equipment, better sound systems, better effects on the screen.
Think about it, man. Over time, that will happen.
Yeah, definitely.
You just gotta wait for the right moment, take your time, patient. What did Eminem say in Lose Yourself? would you catch it or would you let it slip?
Yeah, exactly.
You just wait.
Yeah, exactly. You got to wait for the right opportunity, and we're going to start burning our songs onto disc, and hopefully we've got a few open mic nights arranged, and this is just small little things, just like pub nights, bar nights, and you go there and you rap about stuff, and you try and get the audience's attention. And this is the most difficult thing. I mean, it's not so much making the songs like trials and tribulations in amongst themselves, the challenges in as it is already, but it's getting the attention of other audience members. And one guy told me or asked me, he was like, why do you feel the need to share your stuff with the world? Can't you just have it on your computer for your eyes only? I said, well, I'm just a big sharer. Like, I'm an artist of any description, like whether it be movie making, rapping. I just love creating, and I like sharing it with the world. I mean, God help you. God help me. God help you if you friend me on Facebook, because I'm sharing all the motherfucking time. I'm just a big sharer, man. Like, I've done all sorts of projects. I've done like talk things before, actually. I used to do like local news. I did start my own like neighbourhood watch thing, and I used to do like a talk thing on there, hold like meetings online. So that obviously never kicked off. I've got quite a few pages on Facebook actually, but one of which is obviously my movie making page, and the other one is
Bigfoot.
Yeah, I do believe in mythical creatures. I will say that there are some, obviously people are going to call me a loony, but there are some things I believe that are out there, and that, obviously we don't see, like UFOs, Bigfoot. I mean, do not get me started on this. I mean, this is supposed to be a rap talk show.
Back to the rap.
I'm gonna talk about some real squatchy shit right now.
Get back to the rap. Back to the music.
So, well, back to the rap.
Back to the rap.
Basically, like, obviously, SNOWZ came over after, like, us talking. He sent me a few beats, and, we just kind of, as it were, in a non-gay way, kicked it off from there on out. His creation of beats and my creation of lyrics, I like to say, really did fit well together, and we've made about, we're getting up to about 30 songs right now.
Oh, that, yeah. We're about to drop our 4th album, so... yeah, we've been busy.
Yeah, I mean, like, I started out with 2 albums. I started out with, obviously, Loading Screen and Cruising on a YBR. Of course, then I was very limited to my equipment, and I was actually using a Movie Maker application on my laptop to make this music. And then, obviously, me and SNOWZ started talking. We started looking through other softwares. Now we've got a hell of a better software now to create some, like, double vocals and echoes to our voices. And, someone turned around to me and went, isn't that like auto-tuning? I wouldn't say it's auto-tuning.
No, I wouldn't say it's auto-tuning. It's like, it's yourself. You're just giving that... I mean, if you listen to, like, certain old-school rap songs, Tupac, Biggie, Eazy-E, they all got, like, an echo, that double vocal... It's not auto-tune. Like, auto-tuning is, like you said, people say it's like...
I said, I've seen Eminem live.
Yeah.
And, he's a great artist. I mean, if he ever sees this piece, man, he's, like, I've seen him live. I was at Reading Festival when he performed, and, when you're watching someone with live performances, you can really see what they add into their songs as just effects. There's nothing shameful about it. It's just effects to make the song sound better, to make it more meaningful, And when you're hearing him live, you can really pick up those double vocals with his music that he uses, and you can really tell, like, oh yeah, he's using double vocals in that. Like, now this looks like good job for me. That's double vocals. If you really listen to that, it's double vocals in there. I mean, I may be mistaken, but I'm sure he is using some form of double vocals, as did Tupac. And Tupac is the Jesus of rap. I mean, he gave his life for the game, and he really did a lot for the game. He really did inspire other rappers to look at people, and if someone's actually rapping different to the rest, then give him a chance, because he may prove himself to be worthy. And look what Dre did. Just because Eminem was white, he was treated like crap in the underground, and Dre gave him that chance, and you know, now he's the rap god. You know, you got the rap Jesus in my eyes, which is Tupac, and you got the rap god, which is Eminem, and all these other rap kings and gods and goddesses.
You got like Biggie Small as king of New York, no doubt.
Oh hell yeah,
no doubt about it.
Like if you look at the history of everything, I mean, I don't know whether you've seen a little bit of Unsolved, because SNOWZ actually came over for the first time, and I put on like Unsolved. It's a series on Netflix which I'm currently really getting into right now, and it is fantastic. It really does open up your eyes to...
It does. It really does.
Like, so much what was going on, and they reopened the investigation like in 2005, 2002, and you know, they really did look into it, and it was just something that was like, wow, okay, there were so many suspects.
It's like the LAPD was involved as well.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna get shot.
I don't give a shit if I get shot. I'm speaking the truth here.
There's a red dot on your forehead.
It's because Suge Knight had LAPD officers on his payroll.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he obviously had. He don't know how big it was. Could have been small. God knows, but
yeah, I get what you were saying. Suge Knight was just a nutcase.
Yeah, Suge Knight's crazy, man. I mean, he killed someone on the Straight Outta Compton set just because he didn't like the film. I mean, that's just childish, mate.
Well, it's his view, and then there's other views, and obviously I wasn't there, you weren't there. We don't know what Suge was thinking at the time.
No, but we all seen the videotape. It's all blaming him because that's his big red truck, and I don't know what the fuck I'm saying right now. If you're listening to us, mate, I am not sorry.
I'm not sorry.
I am not sorry, but if we ever make it big, I am willing to buy you your bail. But just don't fucking kill me with baseball bats. Don't inject me with AIDS. Just stay cool.
So many accusations in one sentence. Don't kill me with a baseball bat, and don't stab me with an AIDS needle. Oh God. Oh no, but much luck to Easy. I mean, and NWA, and what they did for the game as well was just fantastic. I mean, all these big rappers like Biggie, Tupac, and the group of NWA.
It was NWA who actually started gangster hip hop.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Dre knows the different chains of music, and well, he knew Cube, Easy. Easy was one who was in charge. Then you met Mr. Jerry Heller.
Don't. Just, I mean, SNOWZ is very for NWA, like very for NWA, and like with me, I like to, before I make an opinion on something, I like to get all the facts straight, and obviously I'm never going to get the facts straight, so I just sort of remain on the side, as it were, more like, you know, well,
we got Meg in the house.
Megan, my dog just walked into the room. So obviously after a while, SNOWZ, he had some trouble with his housing and stuff, and basically he's now living with us, and we're making beats like 24/7. Obviously with the day job, it's quite difficult to like really make those beats, and
it is, man. Like, we're always willing to work together, even like after work. We're making stuff.
Yeah, it's like.
Even before work, it's
like midnight now almost, and we're doing a talk. It's like self-made type interview. Obviously, I'm not gonna go. So, what are your questions and what are your thoughts on this?
You know, I'm kind of high right now. That'll be my answer.
It's really getting our opinions and stuff from the game, and and one of the things I really want to talk about is haters, and a lot of my songs are directed at haters. I mean, Cabin Records really isn't anything to do with dissing. I mean, count a hater as just pure evil, and you can call me, that sounds really gothic of me.
Haters shoot at people, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I mean, they act all dickheads, they act like they're hard, but when the time comes, they're like, oh, help, no, let me get the fucking police. Hey, not me.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
What's wrong with you?
Keyboard warriors, and they sit behind their computer screens, and then they'll throw all this oh yeah, well you don't sound like Tupac or Biggie. Like I said on an Instagram video, I'm never gonna sound like Biggie. I'm never gonna sound like Tupac. I'm never gonna sound like Eminem or Dre or Cube or Eazy-E.
Everyone has their own style.
Yeah, exactly.
And their own voice.
I mean, Eazy-E and all these other rappers never sounded the same as other rappers whilst their time of prime. They sounded different, and they never were given a chance, and they were hated on. And before you pass judgment on someone, you've really got to take that into account. Hold on, he might make it somewhere. And I can take constructive criticism. I mean, someone came up to me and was like, oh, you don't sound like a real rapper. Here's how real rappers sound. They sound like Snoop Dogg. They sound like this. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, that's not constructive criticism. You're referencing me to someone who has more money, better equipment than me. And when they first started out, how do you know they didn't sound like me? You know, how do you know they didn't? Do you see what I'm saying? How do you know they didn't go through the trials and tribulations?
Where do you think Eminem came from? These guys started bottom, now you're here. But now look at him.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo!
Yeah, exactly. Rap God, you know what I mean? Like, not... Well, I mean, one thing that is mistaken is we're never in it for the fame. We're in it for the creation, you know.
Well, I'm in it. Oh, no. I'm saying that.
I mean, yeah, it would be nice to become big and get fans and encourage other people to create, like, you know, better rap songs and just creation, like, you know. Like I say in one of my lyrics, you know, some of the stuff I say is not mild, but I do encourage creation in a child, you know. And, excuse me, Cabin Records isn't a... This is what I was going to say earlier. Cabin Records really isn't a diss thing. I don't want to have two groups going, right, you know, this is where the beef came in between me and Archangel, and this is what I really wanted to avoid, you know. And I had phone calls with him, and we spoke it out, and we said, you know what, you know, this is ridiculous, because I think he felt the same way, that we didn't want two groups going, right, one's with Cabin Records and the other one's with Archangel's group, you know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, Cabin Records is a place for, like, what I call, and SNOWZ will agree with me on this, is what misfits, you know. I mean, SNOWZ has got dyspraxia, I've got dyspraxia and dyslexia, Gear has got dyslexia.
I've got dyslexia and ADHD as well, and a bit of autism as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So we know what it's like, but Cabin Records is a place where you can creation, imagination, great fun.
To the nation. Started rhyming then. Proper little cube going on.
Oh yeah.
And it's, yeah, I kind of said it better myself. Like, it's for people that are classed as misfits to come and create and be a superstar for a day, you know.
Here, you're welcome.
Yeah, exactly.
You're welcome with open arms.
Like, yeah, exactly. And this is what I mean. Like, I did not want to have one group that was against Cabin Records and Cabin Records to be against another group. That's not what it's about, you know. We're not living in
love.
We're not living in any type of, like, what do you call it, like slum or, you know, ghetto, and, you know, where it's difficult
just a normal English thing.
Yeah, exactly.
All English country stuff.
You know, obviously I can understand why Eazy and, you know, some people in the hood, they do make rap disses about each other and mean it, and obviously in those types of places, you know, you're obliged to do that, but we're not in that place, you know. We are in a place where it, you know, it shouldn't have to be like that, and I think Archangel did feel the same way in a sense, because what really caused the beef was, I mean, I'm not in charge of our Instagram page, like, not at all. Like, I'm just Muskrat, the singer, and the founder and the owner. Yeah, and it's not DJ SNOWZ. I mean, we won't release the name of the person who's in charge of our Instagram, but I got told by a girl,
anonymous source.
Yeah, an anonymous source, a girl anonymous source, that you know, Archangel was dissing me around our local town. He was, you know, making a load of songs up at the local area, what we like to call a bandstand. A lot of people hang out there, and apparently he was making a video of this rap diss he was going to do against me. So I got the phone call whilst we were working on Feed the Homeless. It was a song that we was going to work on to try and inspire people. And of course, we made a rap diss to back up, you know, like, okay, if this guy's going to diss us, we are going to diss him back. You know, Cabin Records isn't going to take shit, but we're also not going to give shit if it is not necessary to give shit, you know. And, you know, obviously, the person in charge of our Instagram recorded us listening to the diss in a car, and they accidentally uploaded it to Instagram, and of course Archangel then saw that.
It was accidental, people.
Yeah, it was accidental.
People think it was on purpose. Don't. It was accidental. We didn't realise until Muskrat got the phone call.
Yeah.
And then literally we felt bad.
Yeah. I mean, we did feel bad. We were like, oh, for goodness sake. So I spoke to the person in charge of Instagram. I was like, do you know what you've done? You've been a bit naughty. Told them off a little bit. Not like violently or anything. I'm not that type of person. But like, I had a word and I said, you know what, this, you've got to be careful what you upload. And Archangel was quite angry, and quite rightfully so. He thought I just came out of nowhere. And then I told him, well, actually, we were told this by a anonymous source, and I told him who said it, and this person had basically been saying that I was dissing Ben left, right, and centre, and obviously the video on Instagram didn't help that, and she was just spouting crap between me and Archangel. We both clocked onto it in the end of it, and we were like, you know what, there's something wrong here, there's something that's going on, we're being lied to. So we had a phone call, we sorted stuff out, and we differentiated who said what and when it was said and the time periods were wrong. So we are actually 100% cool now, I think. And
we were, well, you consider about working with him.
Yeah, and we still are, but it's just the fact, obviously, Cabin Records needs extending, upgrades need to be done. I mean, you cannot fit 7 people. You can struggle with, 4 people in this studio, and it is a very small studio, and once we've, upgraded it and extended it, it will be much more likely that we'll work with other rap groups, but until that time, we are kind of stuck between, just the 3 of us and minor people within the studio, if you get what I mean. So that was really the beef between me and Archangel, really, and I wanted to cover that tonight in the talk, because people were wondering, oh, what's going on? Oh yeah, do you two hate each other? It's like, no, we don't hate each other. We just sort of crashed into each other a little bit, and some stuff was said by each party that wasn't very fair, and we've sort of we've sorted it out now like human beings, and lots of people do want us to beef, lots of people do want us to have this major argument, but I don't see why we should have this major argument, because
you shouldn't. It's silly. It's just making people choose. It's like, basically tonight we're saying whoever started it can you just end it. We're ending it. We're moving on from it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I hope Ark does as well.
Yeah, and I think he has.
I hope he has. I know me and him don't get on personally, but I'm going to move on from that stuff.
Yeah.
But it just needs to be forgotten about, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Just completely forgotten about, and yeah.
Yeah, some stuff was said by each party. It wasn't very nice, and I'm glad I've covered that now, and yeah, it's hopefully done and dusted, and that we can sort of all move on with our individual projects, and that's really what it's about. I mean, we get these people that are very creative in the game, whether that be, just singing and when I say the game, I don't just specifically mean the rap game.
You don't mean a rapper.
Yeah, I mean movie making, artists, the game of creation, that's what I call the game. And, lots of people are going to hate, let them hate. Just let them do it. There's songs that from famous people who just go, haters wanna hate, we'll let them hate. It's just, just let them get on with it. They're not doing anything with their lives. A lot of them just don't do nothing with their lives, and they just want to intrude on other people's creations and stuff like that. And me and SNOWZ have worked very hard on some of the beats. I mean, it's now 10 minutes past midnight, and we're doing a talk show because we feel that we kind of had to do it, to really get sort of the background scenes and what we're like. I mean, we just appeared out of nowhere. There was no introduction. It was just straight up album, yeah, blah, song, and no one's really had a proper intro as to who we are. So I just want to say,
we are here.
Yeah, I just want to say, obviously you've got the thing that, obviously I like creation, and I like creating, but obviously I was at school and didn't really get along well at secondary school, and I got home educated by my mother, and she was a great teacher. She actually taught me music, and I have a feeling this is why I love music so much, and I even go as far as to listening to Mozart, Beethoven, classical. It's all fits in.
Gotta love the classics.
Yeah, exactly. You've really got to respect where music really first came from, and You know, I love listening to jazz, funk, especially when I'm high. Bleep that out.
A bit of reggae, man. Yeah, man.
you know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, so I feel I have had some wide, I'm not gonna say experiences, but inspiration. Yeah, inspiration. Like, you know, I've had some wide inspiration from many different things and many different genres of music, and you know, people at my day job, like chefs I work with, they've seen me go from craze to craze, and I have this thing where I go from craze to craze to craze to craze, and they were worried that this was another craze, but I was like, nah, this is just another form of creation to express my craze. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I'm into Alien and Predator, I will rap about being an alien or a predator. You know, if I'm into UFOs, I'll rap about that. You know, if I'm into cowboys, well, that's never gonna end.
That's never gonna end.
Especially with Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2, 3 days away. You know, I mean, Red Dead 2, 3 days away. I cannot wait for that. I mean, I've gone as far, you can call me sad, but I've gone as far as to booking a motherfucking week off for that game.
Sad!
Hey, I'm sad, man.
You said call you sad.
Well, I did walk into that one.
You did walk into that one, but it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was saying, like, I go from craze to craze to craze. I don't know about you, SNOWZ, but I definitely go.
Kind of.
Yeah, you go from sort of different things, like different movies and different bits and bobs, and you're like, yeah, oh, I like this. Oh, yeah, I want to do something to do with this, and then you
find something else, and you're
like,
oh, I like that, and then you completely forget about the thing.
Yeah. One of the people at my workplace was like, you're like a train going to the next station, and it's hard for everyone to keep up with you because you've already left the station by the time we've got there. And I thought it was a fantastic thing to say, and I was like, you know, that is hilarious. So that in some of my songs, you hear me go, I'm like a crazed train going to the next station, and I'm gonna scream my craze to the nation. You know, and that's where that came from. You know, it's like, yeah, that's quite funny. You know, some of the stuff that people have said to me have been a great influence on my rap songs, and you know, I do like to keep it real, but then you get songs like Mythical Creature. If you see Bigfoot, he's probably gonna eat ya. You know, and that's obviously my squatchy craze. You know, like, obviously, I'm very into my mythical creatures. You know, I do believe there is something supernatural out there. And you know, we haven't found anything and everything yet, and that's really like one of the main things. I love living my life with mystery in it. Like, if an alien came down, if Paul the alien came down and said, I can show you everything, I'd say no thanks. You ruin the surprise. You know what I mean?
I'll be like, mate, first, I didn't faint, I didn't piss my pants. Second, you got a spliff on you.
No, yeah, you know what I mean? It's just like,
I know you smoke it, I've seen the film.
Life without mystery is not really life, you know what I mean? Life is all about experiences and, you know, experiencing different things and learning lessons.
Taking chances.
Yeah, taking chances and learning lessons, you know, and if you know or already know all the lessons, as you know, and how to get through life, then what's the point, you know? You're here for a reason, and I believe I'm here.
It's learning on the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Mistakes, you find people, like you say, you've met people give you inspiration. I've met people who give me inspiration. I've met loads of people with beats, music. I'm definitely 100% with you. But it's just like, I kind of lost my train of thought, but choo-choo. Yeah. And that's like, ever since like we've been making these beats, it's just completely changed our life.
Yeah, like I was saying before, obviously you met me outside Tesco's and we just started talking, and that was it. And I just sort of clicked. I was like, you know, SNOWZ is the what. And you messaged my missus actually, and I was like,
yeah,
no, not in that way, not in that way.
Not in that way. I messaged Mrs. because you were offline.
Yeah.
Your missus was online, so
she's always online, mate. You know, I mean, she's a robot. She's like infinite energy, mate. She's always online. It's like, and then SNOWZ messaged my missus, and he's like, oh, do you and Josh want to fancy meeting up? And I was like, do not ignore, send him yes. And we met, and that was it. And he came over, he started hitting those beats really, really hard, and it was brilliant. You know, some of them beats that we've come out with are absolutely fantastic, and you can't fault them one bit. I mean, it's so... it's picturesque, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I like to think that we're a part of history. you know. And maybe if we're not, nobody may ever see this, you know. And it's something that I like to think we're leaving behind, because I think of death quite a bit, and that sounds so wrong, but like, I sound like a goth. Yeah. Oh my god, I just think of death all the time.
Oh my god, I hate my life. Oh, death is all around us. Oh my god, I'm just gonna sit here with my emo, my jacket, sit in a corner.
And I hate my parents.
The whole world hates me.
You know what I mean? I don't want to sound that, but I think, like, you know, I don't ever want to have children, and I've obviously already arranged up with my missus, you know, that we don't ever want kids. If we're still together, you know.
A mini muskrat running around, Jesus.
Hell no.
Hell
to the nah. You know, like, it's just like, you know, obviously, and I think that I'd like to live on throughout my creations, just like Tupac, I believe, lives on through his music, you know, and he still teaches lessons as today.
He ain't alive.
I mean, like,
you know what you mean?
Yeah, like, you know, who knows? People could be looking back on this interview, going, "Oh my god, that was when he was alive," and I'd be like, "Well, that's a scary thought."
And I'd be like, "Hello."
You know what I mean? Like, and I think about that all the time. I think, you know, what is after death, and that is another inspiration for me with my lyrics. I mean. SNOWZ gets his inspirations from the herb. And
the herb.
The herb. It's just like, you know, obviously I get my creations through, like, no, that makes you sound like you don't get it. You have to be high to get inspiration.
No, it's like,
you know,
most of the inspiration is like...
Just even how you're feeling, you can tell by
so
your
when I hear a song, it's like, yesterday actually, I had one. When we were listening to Tupac, which one was it?
Shed so many tears.
No.
Oh wait.
I'm a straight rider.
Yeah, I'm a straight rider. Dun 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 dun.
I can't remember what it's called, but we were listening to it, and all of a sudden, Muskrat saw me run out the door, and he was just like, "Whoa, where are you going?" I was like, "I've got something. I've got something. Give me 10 minutes. I've got something."
This guy, they didn't run. He sprinted. I mean, hell, I thought it was a squatch in the kitchen. I thought it was a bit of Bigfoot's here. It's Bigfoot at the Cabin Records. It's like Bigfoot and the Hendersons. It's like, you know, Bigfoot's in the house. Adam's out. I'm stuck in here. Do you want some orange squash, Mr. Squatch? It's just like, yeah. He gets his inspirations from many things, you know, and you can tell by your moods, 100%. Like, if you're in a bad mood, you go boom, boom, boom. I don't give a fuck. My crew is nothing. You know what I mean? Unless you feel happy, you're like boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? You can tell, like, you know. But then this morning was really weird because we woke up and I was just walking around the kitchen wondrously, aimlessly, like just going, you know, just like in my own world. And then suddenly I clicked with lyrics and I thought, oh, you know, I'll put them on the song. And then, and you know, we did it and it was a pretty sick song. And then tonight we came back and it was
even better.
Even better, you know. Obviously, I'd done a 10-hour shift at work. I've got a 10-hour tomorrow. And I start at 12 o'clock and it's 20 past midnight. But yeah, it's fine. We got to get this out. You know what I mean? And it's, you know, came back and I just had so much inspiration. Like, oh yeah, you know, because I think about it at work and, you know, it's easy for a boss or a supervisor to say, oh no, you need to switch off. But once you've got the juice, you can't stop. Like, you got rhymes coming out of your head. I mean, I'm rhyming with my prep list at work. Just need some cheddar. Also need to load another clip in my Beretta. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
No, just need some brie, but I'm like, Easy E, a real motherfucking G.
Mate, you can't stop rapping. Mate.
That's it. You can't stop. Like, it's like Eminem said, you get this like rhyming disease because you're doing it in your spare time. You can't help but notice words that rhyme. And I've come back before SNOWZ was living on site with rhymes up my arm, and Kay's like, "Oh my god, what's up your arm?" I'm like, "Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious," even though the sound of it is simply quite atrocious. Like, she's like, "You alright?"
You be smoking.
Well, you be smoking because I want some. It's just like, you know what I mean? It was, you know, and as I said, you go through some trials and tribulations all the time, you know. how many times have we taken songs? And this is one thing that I was told, you know, oh, you need to take a song in one cut. Yeah, like, nah, you can't really take it in one cut all the time. The only times you've really got to take it in one cut is if you're doing it live. Like, you know, one take is, you know, if you're doing a live performance, you can't obviously section stuff out, you know, you have to do it like, but when you're in the booth, like lots of rappers do their like different takes, you know, they do one verse and then they do the hook and then they do another verse, and it's just building a song, you know, it's just like building a wall. You build it as long as you do in the sections. You can't just go because the wall's not going to be stable. If you rush through it, your song's not going to have much foundation to stand on. But if you take time to make a foundation for a song, it's going to stand up more firm. If you refer it to like a wall or type thing, you know, building needs a foundation, just like a song needs a foundation. And when we first started out, not when I first started out, well, you could say when I first started out, because I did loading screen and cruise on the YBR by myself, and I actually didn't have the studio then. I was actually rapping in my room with the mic and the computer actually in my room, and then I just thought, you know, I could really do with like some form of studio. And that was the time when I was working with Archangel with 6 Shooter Productions, and obviously that we had our problems and differences, and we went our own way type thing. But, you know, and I tried to take it in one take, and I feel now that those songs really didn't have much in the way of foundation. Now, I mean, there was one that was, like, a couple that really were good. Like, I tell you what's kinda cool, it's rapping old school. Take advice from the muskrat, listen to a track by Tupac. Rappers today don't know shit. Every time they rap, I can't understand it. And that's never really a diss towards the rappers. I'm not saying that, oh, Lil Wayne, and, you know, so don't take it as a personal affront to you. But there are some rappers out there that you cannot understand what the fuck they say. Oh my god. I ain't gonna say who that is, but yeah, there was a rapper that rapped like that, and I was like, oh my god. Yeah, have you ever seen that guy on the X Factor? I mean, fair play to him, he got up in like 50,000 people, and it was so suspenseful. You were like, this guy's gonna be motherfucking good, like, and he just went, oh, I'm just climbing the ladder, check your bladder.
There's no beat to it or nothing. Like, mate, and then when you finish, you just let on the floor like, air.
It was the bit where he goes, I'm climbing the ladder, check your bladder. I was like, I turned to SNOWZ after seeing that. I was like, please God, tell me I do not sound like that, SNOWZ. Like, I mean, at any point, if I sound like that, slap me.
Oh mate, I will. I will. I'll slap you.
And sort of after, like, we got working together, me and SNOWZ, and we sort of went on our own little journey and things like that. Obviously, people like Gear and Dingo, I'm not too sure what he wants his rap name or reggae name to be.
Yeah, it's probably most likely Dingo.
Yeah, probably going to stick with Dingo. And we had these people come to us, and we were like, you know, oh, this is pretty sick. We're getting new artists flowing in, and it's really good. We're getting recognised by local people. You know what I mean?
Well, we're getting people in, but hopefully one day, we haven't had this yet, but we might have a female rapper on the scene soon. Well, me and Muskrat are currently working with one. I'm just trying to get the right beats and everything and the right lyrics, but trust me, it will be there.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait for it.
It's the thing that we had as well was working with people as well. Like the patience you have to have, and I always say to people when they come in, I'm like, we can take it as many times as you want. Don't ever feel under pressure. I got fags. It's fine.
I got weed.
It's fine. We can do this. We take as long as you want. Lots of studios, especially open houses, they charge like 50 quid an hour. £50 to Americans who are listening.
$50.
Yeah, like they cost a fair decent amount of money for an hour. And I mean, what can you do in an hour if you're inexperienced and you've got not really much to work with, and it's the first time you've ever been in the studio? It is pressured, like working with Gear, first time he set foot in here. I mean, this is only a little studio, but he said he felt so pressured when he'd seen that record button go in. And it does feel very pressuring towards you, although I've built up a bit of a comfort zone in here. Do you know what I mean? And I think SNOWZ has as well. We've built this sort of, it's a comfort zone. It's fine. We're happy as Larry. We're in here. We're comfortable, rather than being like
cozy.
Yeah, rather than being like, oh shit, you know, fuck me, or who's watching? Oh my god, they're judging me. Like, type thing.
We don't
As well,
do
it's
that.
like, if I make a mistake, I'll turn to Snow and we'll just burst out laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, Dingo was hilarious. He started rapping on the mic and he burped halfway through. I mean, it was hilarious. Like, he was doing this beatbox, so we were working on beatbox flow, and he's beatbox. He goes. I was like, he sounded like Rick and Morty. You know, Rick's
Hey,
going,
Morty.
you know, it's just like, oh, dude, you know, it was funny, and we just fell about laughing, and that's the way it should be. When you make a mistake with us, it's more of a, it's funny, you know, don't ever feel that we're taking the mickey out of you, because I laugh at my own mistakes, and, you know, we try and get the artists to laugh at their mistakes rather than feel ashamed by them, because we all make mistakes. I mean, SNOWZ has made many mistakes by the beat. I mean, he has recorded a sick-ass beat, and it's been absolutely mental, but the dumb motherfucker forgot to press the record button.
Dude, fuck you, that was one... Okay, I've done that a couple of times.
I mean, I've done some dumb stuff, like, you know, I have,
Yeah,
my tongue's gone one way, my lips gone the other, so it's made it sound like it's cruising on my YB. I know it's like, what the fuck is that?
Like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, I say, we have our thing, when we're about to record a song, I say, don't forget to press the record button, and SNOWZ goes, don't choke. It's just like, you know, we make mistakes, you know, we'll laugh about it.
We just take it as a laugh.
Yeah, definitely. And ever since SNOWZ has moved in as well, it's been a lot easier to work with each other, because, I mean, it was difficult because I only had the 2 days off of work, and so did SNOWZ only had set amount of days off. But as we're living together now, it's much more better. We can, you know, I come home, he's already making beats. You know, I wake up in the morning and I'm already writing lyrics, and just like those inspirational speeches that you get, you know, you have to put in the time and the effort to really get somewhere. You know, you get back from work, you got to put in those extra hours, and it doesn't matter how tired you are. And the thing is, when I know I'm going to the studio, I have this thing where I rarely get tired. It's like, you know,
Yeah,
I rarely get tired.
Yeah, mad rush.
Yeah, definitely mad rush. Like, but it's really good that we're getting like more artists in, and we hope that they get just as inspired as us, you know, and you know, join us on our journey. And it's amazing as well.
It is amazing, because didn't you sent one of our links out somewhere to us? Was it a celebrity?
I've been sending out many links to celebrities.
Yeah, but then
I won't say the name of the celebrity for privacy purposes, but I sent a link to a celebrity, and they actually did see the link, but you never know whether it's them, because it was sent via a social media page. You never know whether it's actually them or not, or whether it's like their personal assistant or whatever. But I did send the link to this celebrity, and they did see it. So, you know, I mean, that is going out. Like, you know, that just seems desperate, doesn't it? Like, listen to my music, I can be with you. Oh my god, let me be on stage with you. Yeah, like some fucking Igor shit, man. You know what I mean?
It's like that stalky kind of thing. It's like, listen to my voice, listen to my rap, or I will kill you. No.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that, man. If somebody did that to us and said that to us, we'd be like,
The
turn
thing
the
is,
fuck
though,
around, mate.
like, I treat everyone equal, and even if I was speaking to a celebrity, I would still be speaking like I am now. I would be like, oh yes sir, yes ma'am, no miss, yes miss. You know, I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm gonna come up with some dope shit.
Split.
You know, and that's why we're swearing in this. You know, lots of people don't like swearing, but you know, it's just a fact of everyday thing. You know, it's how I do. And that's another thing that people have actually said, oh, you swear too much. And I do take it into account, and I did douse down my swearing a hell of a lot, you know. And they did sound better, that the songs held more meaning rather than just fucking cruising on my YBR. It's a fucking good day. I love being underneath the fucking sun. It's just like... I listened to it and I was like, oh yeah.
A bit too much.
Yeah, a bit too much. I mean, there's emphasis and then there's just being a fucking taking the piss.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, like, so I do listen to what other people have got to say, and I can take constructive criticism, and you know, SNOWZ, you know, when he's struggling with a bit of a beat and I'm struggling to write lyrics, we both sort of almost swap roles for a second, and he'll help me with my lyrics and I'll help him with his beat, and then we make really good songs, you know, and that's just the way it should be. And I'm hoping that Cabin Records does go far. Like, I really do hope it does go far, because it's a nice dream, and lots of people like to diss other people's dreams by going, it's never gonna get far, you're never gonna make it. Of course, it's difficult to make it, but all the celebrities that you see today never made it, and oh God, I sound like I'm gonna be famous, like I don't want to sound like that, but it would be nice to create and do it for a living, because it's nice working a day job, but let's face it, peeps, we do not want to be there. We want to be
in a Ferrari.
Yeah, we want to be a Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and when I was dead broke, and I couldn't picture this. You know what I mean? Like we want to be doing that, Like my boss wants to be a race car driver. That's his dream job, but he's a chef. Yeah, he's a chef. You know what I mean? So it's just a case of like, how far are you willing to go for that? I mean, if you want to be a race car driver, you have to do the courses, you have to do driving tests, and you've got to like really put your heart and soul into it. And some people will do that, and other people won't. I mean, with stuff like creating music and stuff, it's a little bit easier because you don't have to have a university degree to create music. You just got to make it sound dope.
Yeah, you do. University of Cabin Records. I'm only joking.
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts. Straight out of Hogwarts. Crazy motherfucking name, Harry Potter.
Oh, dude, that's actually a song, that.
Yeah, I know. It's on YouTube.
Oh, dude. Oh, man. But it, like I said, it is just a case of putting in the time and the effort, and like with making music, being recognised as well is very difficult, and whether it's a case of doing open mic nights or going to an open studio, or handing out your CDs and.
I thought you were going to say CV.
CV. I was a sheep farmer for 4 years. Can I join your record company?
I used to chop lands for a living. Can I get on the DJ set?
It's just like, oh no, but just mates handing out your CDs. Gonna go down to the corner shop and get me some CDs. CD.
Oh, my back's gone. Can somebody get me some CDs from the corner shop?
I mean, that's the thing as well. We had this discussion. I mean, it's like, is it worth making CDs? Because who uses CDs anymore? I mean, it's all on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes now, Who actually has a CD player at home now? I mean, let's face it.
Probably no one, but you can put it on your laptop.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we came to the conclusion of, well, people can just put it on their laptop. Yeah, and just play that CD. Yeah, man, it was like, we get these meetings all the time, and I'm gonna keep saying this now, it's better now SNOWZ has moved in because he's like right on site, and it's great, and just nice company to have around the house and stuff like that. And my mother likes him because he made her a cup of tea. The symbol of a proper British man.
Yes.
Cup of tea.
A cup of tea.
And a British teaspoon.
Oh, God. No.
Oh, dude, no. This is great though, because like we're not just acting like professional celebrities or whatever. I mean, that is not what we are. But
well, we ain't celebrities.
Well, no, you know what I mean. Acting like, oh, we're the next best thing. Anyone underneath us is just a fucking twat. Like, it's just like, we're not like that. We're this is how we are. This is real. This is what we are. This is what we sound like in our own studio. And
don't like it. Well, your choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Your choice.
Well, I think we should bring it to an end there now. It's been nearly an hour of this, for 48 minutes, and I think we've done a bloody good job, And this is. There's so much more to come. I think we should do these talks a hell of a lot more. I've got a week off coming very soon, and I think it'd be great if I could do more of these, and maybe even live streams on the YouTube channel itself, because that'd be absolutely fantastic.
Cabin Records.
Well, this is what this is going to be on, so it's going to be quite easy to see.
Yeah, but I'm telling for everyone.
Oh yeah, Cabin Records, motherfucker. Spelt with a Z, not an S at the end of records.
And no motherfucker.
Yeah, no motherfucker. Yeah. Well, I'll fucking...
It's not Cabin Records, motherfucker. It's just Cabin Records.
Cabin Records.
Muskrat.
Cabin Records. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram. A Facebook page will be being made very soon. And obviously we've got our YouTube channel up and running, and there's more songs coming in. I would like to create a SoundCloud account, but that is sometime in the future when we've upgraded the studio and stuff like that. I hope you've all enjoyed this anyway, because I bloody have. It's been a great laugh, and it's been great to get it all on tape.
CD.
CD. That was gonna be the highlight of the evening. Yeah. Take it easy, guys. Have a good one. God bless, and keep creative. We hope you've enjoyed this exclusive little talk show that we've had here on Cabin Records. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like our Instagram page on Instagram. Cabin Records. Z at the end of records, not an S. Keeping it gangster.